Oh, I'm alive.
I'm here.
Trymaine, thank you. I want to ask you, from your vantage point right now, having watched this unfold over the course of tonight, what's the pace of things right now, and what's going on between protesters and police as far as you can tell?
So far, it's calm. And the last few nights, if I've learned anything at all, is that anything can happen at any point. So I don't want to jinx and say that it's so calm and then something crazy happens. But right now, it seems, coming off of yesterday, they're almost more organized. There was a moment when some community leaders defused the situation in the middle of the street and called for young people to maintain calm and order. And right now, the police have been lining the streets for a while in small groups. But again, it's been a peaceful night between protesters. They've been energized. I mean, just a minute ago, they came by again, still chanting loudly, in unison. But so far, so good. Everything seems calm.
Trymaine, am I right to observe that it seems like police are giving people more freedom of movement tonight, that they are still insisting that people don't stop in one place and congregate in large numbers, that they keep moving, but that police are essentially letting them have more leeway in that regard than they had last night?
I wouldn't go as far to say that.
Okay.
They're still relegated to the sidewalk. They still can't congregate in the street. It's about the same as it was yesterday. But yesterday, around 9:30, 9:45, that's when we had the first standoff, and that's what led to an hour and a half later, further down this end near the Quick Trip station, all the drama that was unfolding. So yesterday was just a little more tense because you actually had some activity. Tonight, so far, there hasn't been any real activity in the nature of what we've seen the last couple of nights.
Trymaine, when you describe that things seem a little bit more organized and that the protesters amongst themselves seem to be developing, if not hierarchies, at least ways of communicating with each other in a constructive way, is that something that you think is happening just by virtue of the fact that people have been out night after night after night, and so people are settling into established ways of doing these things? Or is that the product of some real overt political organizing by people who've got, discipline and skills in that regard?
I think it's a matter of both. There were a few nights that got so bad where the next day everyone's, trying to pick up the pieces. And there was a press conference held by a group of the Nation of Islam, the New Black Panther Party, a couple of pro-black organizations who said it's time for us to reach down to our youth. And they talked about having a town hall and getting volunteers. And so, unlike those first few nights when it's like a bunch of young people without any adults in the situation, I'll say, now you have people who have been around the block a few times, who have understand the frameworks of political action and organizing, and now they're here. Just a little while ago, there was a whole group of young people led by one of the elders who was there chanting right along with them, and I think that's the difference. But then you talked about what's happening in St. Louis and how different it is from what's happening in Ferguson, where they seem detached here and neglected. Now they're developing their voice, finding their voice. Now the framework is being laid. Now there's actually communication between the elders and the young people who all have all that that fiery energy that everyone's trying to control. Because if we've learned anything, is that if you don't harness that energy, bad things could happen.
That's right. And the key, the magic here is channeling it rather than trying to control it, because whoever tries to control it always loses. Generationally.
That's right.
Trymaine Lee, national reporter for MSNBC.com, showing not a hint of the exhaustion that I'm sure you must feel. Trymaine, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, man.